And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage defending champion Brooke Henderson and two-time LPGA Player of the Year and KPMG Ambassador, Stacy Lewis. Well, welcome to the Windy City. Ladies, thank you for joining us today. Brooke, let's begin with you. For those in the room that can't really remember what happened last June, let's show them what happened last June.
18-year-old rising star from Canada holds nothing back, takes that driver and lashes away at these narrow corridors of Sahawi. For eagle that puts Brooke Henderson within one of Coe. For Henderson, ties her with Coe. And you would expect that Coe got an earful of that. Has already heard the roars from the eagle at 11, the birdie at 13, and the latest long bomb at 17. Henderson with a round of the championship with that great par save at 18 to get herself at that 6-under number in.
I'm impressed with both of them, and you know, what can I say? It's going to be history either way.
KPMG Women's PGA Champion at her first major. The second Canadian joining Sandra Post, who won this event back in 1968. So special, rare stuff for Brooke.
Okay, Brooke, so let's start from the beginning. How were you playing coming into Sahawi at that time?
You know, at the beginning of last year was my first full year on the LPGA tour, and I had 9 straight top 10 finishes. So, you know, my game was in a really good place, and my world ranking was going down. I started the year at 18, and going into the week, I was number 4 in the world. So a lot of really incredible things were happening for me. And, you know, Sahawi, as soon as I got there, I had a great feeling. And you know,
had you played Sahawi before? This is a new course for you?
Yeah, new course. I just heard, you know, amazing things about it. So I was really looking forward to having the chance to play. And I prefer, you know, Northwestern or North Pacific golf courses. I've won 3 LPGA Tour events, and all 3 are in that part of the world. But, you know, on Thursday, I had a hole-in-one on my 4th hole. Won a car, gave it to my sister, so she was happy, I was happy. You know, and then I shot 4 under the first round. The next 2 days the playing conditions were very difficult. I shot 2 over on Friday, 2 over on Saturday, and was at even par on a major championship on an extremely tough golf course. So, you know, I was happy, and I was, you know, a few shots back, but I never felt like I was completely out of it. And, you know, I woke up on Sunday morning, and it was kind of those feelings that it was really hard to explain, but I knew that I had a chance, and I felt like I could play really well. And I was 2 under through my first 6 holes, made a couple up and down saves, then that long eagle putt on number 11, which you saw there, which was just a huge momentum change. And I jumped up the leaderboard then and made another birdie on 13, a couple more sand saves coming in, birdie on 17, and then to make, you know, my par save on 18 when I got into a little bit of trouble. Was really good, you know, confidence-wise, because I was hoping to force a playoff with Lydia. And then, that playoff, I was nervous, and I kind of just went into the locker room, had a little chat with myself, and realized that people dream of this opportunity, to be able to hoist this trophy, to win a major championship, to win any tournament on the LPGA Tour is amazing, and to win a major championship is even better. And, I knew she was the #1 player in the world. I knew if I was going to win it, I had to win it on the first hole. Otherwise, my chances would get lower. And so I was able to go out and hit, 3 great shots, make birdie, and, become a major championship that really defines anybody's career.
At what point during the week did you tell yourself, I can win this thing? It wasn't until Sunday, was it?
No, when I started out, like I said, 4th hole, hole-in-one, 4 under and leading by 2 shots after the first round, I thought this week could be something special.
You appear to be very calm, controlled with your emotions, as young as you are in this major championship. Inside, what were you feeling?
You know what? I was very calm for the majority. Definitely coming down the stretch, I had jitters, and like I said, it was kind of, I knew this was such a special opportunity, and I didn't want to throw it away, and I kind of wanted to remember how important it was to me, and, the crowds grew, and people started, chanting my name in Canada, and, the TVs started to really, the cameras started to really come on me, and I was just trying to embrace the moment as best I could.
So, Canada, you're sort of a big deal in Canada, right? Right?
Sorta.
I mean, look at this. Your win last year was the top story in the country. The country. You received a standing ovation last December at an Ottawa Senators game. By the way, congratulations on the Senators moving on into the conference finals. Are you going to try to make it to a game?
Hopefully.
Yeah? Are you a big Senators fan?
Big Senators fan.
If you're a big Senators fan, you could name like 3 Senators on the team. Am I going to put you on the spot?
You can do that.
Go.
ahead.
3.
Eric Carlson, Craig Anderson, Cody Ceci.
Okay. I don't know if that's right or wrong. That's a good point. Extra credit, go for 4.
Bobby Ryan.
Ooh, very good. So after this, the Prime Minister of Canada tweeted about your victory, literally as soon as you won. So he's watching you at this major championship. Did you realize that happened, or when did you realize that happened?
Yeah, the whole country of Canada has always been, huge support for me. And after winning my major championship here in Sahali last year, Prime Minister, amazing. And, the congratulations and the support was just, overwhelming, really. And even thinking back about it, I have jitters right now. But, I think the best part, like Mike was saying, is playing on the LPGA Tour is you get to show the rest of the world, how you can play and who you are as a person. And I've started to grow fans, all over the world, in the U.S. And, we play a lot of tournaments in Asia and Europe, and my fan base is continuing to grow, which I think is really exciting.
And we're all friends here, what's the coolest thing about winning a major championship?
Oh, that's a funny picture. I couldn't believe it, I guess. I don't know, you just look at the names on the trophy, and to be a part of history, I think is, probably the best thing about winning a major championship, and, just the confidence that it gives me. Every time on the tee I hear, major champion, and that kind of, settles my nerves a little bit, and I know I can do things.
How tall are you?
5'4".
5'4". No one else on tour seems to crush the ball like you do when you're playing. In fact, did you know that your swing and the power you generate gets compared to John Daly? Did you know this?
Yeah, Yeah, let's leave it at that. Yeah, very unique swing. I was 3 years old when I started playing, and my dad is my coach, and he never touched my swing. So I pretty much have always had the exact same. And, I hear a lot of comments about it, some good and some bad, but, it works for me. And I think that's really cool because you can look at any player on the LPGA Tour, and every player, has a different swing, different body type, and I think it's just, you got to find what works for you, and John and I, we seem to have the same technique.
So let's dissect your swing a little bit more and see what somebody else has to say about it.
Well, it's not an orthodox swing for Brooke Henderson. If you see, she grips down the club. She's always done that. Says she just feels very comfortable holding the club down the shaft, and she's taught by her father. So it's good on the way back, and then what you'll find, the reason it's not orthodox, look how over parallel. Look at the club pointing to the ground. And then what she does is drop the hands on the inside and comes into the ball with the club face in a very flat plane, which generates an enormous amount of club head speed. That was a shot we saw with the iron. But when she plays with her driver, the driver is 3/4 her height. She is 5'4". Her driver is 48 inches, the maximum permissible length, and grips down on it and to very good effect. But it does have to rely on timing, that swing. And it was very interesting, Ali asking her about, once you win, a lot of players, because say Tiger Woods, you think, hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And it's very easy sometimes to go, right, let me go to a professional like David Ledbetter, to Gary Gilchrist. Now I'm here for a while. But she's stuck with her dad, and why not? Because it's a swing that works.
So your dad is your coach. In his opinion, what is the strongest part of your game, and what does he want to work with you more on?
Yeah, so I'm very much a field player. I don't worry about technique, as you can see, too much. And so, he's always talking to me about strategy, most of the time about, new courses that I'm going to, and also, being able to shape shots. He thinks that's extremely important. So, being able to work the ball right to left, left to right, and low shots, high shots, and yeah, just the factors, always taking in the wind, the lie, the type of grass, the direction the grass is laying, all of those things. And as well, my strength in my game is long game, so my driver and my irons. And my short game is something that I've been working very diligently on for, probably the last 4 years. And I think if I can, clean that up a little bit, I can, hopefully hoist this again this year.
Beautiful. Thank you, 19-year-old Brooke Henderson. Hello, 32-year-old Stacy Lewis. So do you feel like a grandma up here next to a teenager?
I do.
bit?
I feel pretty old whenever they say the age of all these kids, but it's all good.
Yeah. Well, the neat thing about your maturity is that you have a pretty stellar resume. Let's quickly take a look at your career highlights, if you don't mind.
What a three for Stacy Lewis.
Stacy Lewis wins for the first time, and it's here at a major championship.
Stacy Lewis, the winner in Mobile. Lewis, the champion, and she will become the highest-ranked American player in the world.
And there it is. Exclamation point. There is a new #1 in women's golf, and it's an American.
Back to get within one of the lead. Gutsy. Stacy Lewis has won the 2013 Rico Women's British Open. Lewis wins for the first time in Texas.
Welcome back to the top of the rankings. Second win of the year for Stacy Lewis.
And she's got it. This is the one she really wants to win. Stacy Lewis is the champion of the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship.
So, Stacy, you've won over 10 times on the LPGA. You've won 2 major championships. But the one thing that really catches me when we watch this video is you can say something that a lot of people have never done before on this planet. You won at the home of golf at St. Andrews. Can you talk a little bit about that victory and maybe your emotions that week?
Yeah, that was, I mean, I don't know how, I mean, winning this one would be great, but I don't know how you ever top that. It was, you know, I had a good feeling coming into the week because I played Curtis Cup there, went undefeated. I loved the golf course. I played it 11 times the 7 days we were there for Curtis Cup. So I had a lot of experience on the golf course, so I had a good feeling about it. And Saturday, we never played any golf on Saturday because of the wind. And so we played 36 holes on Sunday, and, you know, I just kept trying, you know, we started at whatever, 6 a.m. over there, and we just kept going all day. But obviously, I mean, what I remember most was coming down the stretch. You know, I knew I had a chance. I knew it was playing hard. You just had to keep hanging in there. And the shot I hit, the 5-iron on 17 was just, I mean, it's one of those shots that you never forget. I mean, I saved the 5-iron from that set. You know, you could probably go drop 10 balls and not hit it again. I mean, that's how hard of a shot it was. And but as soon as I made that putt, I remember telling myself, you could see it. I said, one more, I have to make one more birdie. And the putt I had on 18 actually had the same putt in the Curtis Cup, but I left it short. So I knew the line, but I knew it played more uphill than what you think. And so I knew I just had to get it to the hole. I had the line and ended up making the putt. So it was an unbelievable week for me. We stayed right at the Dunvegan, which is right off the 18th green. So I walked to the golf course every day, and just one of those weeks you never forget.
What's your state of the game right now, today? How are you playing?
I'm playing good, actually. You know, it's kind of been a roller coaster the last year or so. Had a lot going on, and the game's actually getting into a really good spot. And you know, I'm excited for this summer because I'm playing a lot. Going to be pretty busy, and just need to get back to just playing the game instead of thinking so much golf swing. And you kind of get technical at times, and just need to start playing again. And but I'm really feel good about where things are right now.
As it relates to this major championship, we know you're a huge proponent of playing these old historical traditional golf courses like Olympia Fields, Kemper Lakes next year.
Yep.
What is it about these types of golf courses that puts a smile on your face?
I mean, you drive in the parking lot and you can see the difference. You know, you see the big clubhouses, the big golf courses, what's going to be long rough. It's not quite long yet, but it's going to be long rough. And just having the history here of the men playing here more specifically is kind of what we were looking for, and just the fact that the women have never played here. So it's a big deal for us to be here, and that was kind of one of the stipulations I gave KPMG, is that we need to be on golf courses we historically haven't played in the past, and that's what you guys, the PGA, has helped us do. And you know, Sahali last year was unreal. It was probably one of the hardest setups I think we had all year, and it truly tested all your game, and I'm sure we'll get that again this year.
You, more than anyone, really have unique insight to this major championship and what this championship is really all about. What separates this championship from the other majors? Is it the venue? Is it more than the venue?
I think a lot of it is the venue. I think the fact that we move it around to different places and get to expose different communities to the women's game, because our game is a little bit different than the guys, where it's just not just seen on TV. I mean, once we get people to come to our tournaments, we seem to have fans for life. And so the more cities we can hit across the country, I think, you know, we can grow our fan base and get more people watching us. But then you look at what KPMG does with the summit, and getting all the different companies that can be involved this week, and growing women and leadership, and there's so many aspects to this tournament other than just golf, and I think that's really what separates it.
That's great. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we have to take a quick commercial break. Okay.
That's it.
Oh,
Let's
no.
do a few more just like that. Hey, Stacy, what's going on? Go for Joe. That is fantastic. Up and then extend through. One shot at a time. Arm down and then hips to the target. Down to the ball, through to the target.
Got it. Thanks, Joe.
The best stories end in thanks. Find your PGA professional at PGA.com.
Does your son have a PGA professional?
So,
Joe's
terrific.
not going to be happy with you guys.
I wanted to talk more about your acting,
Yeah.
quite honestly. So Joe Hallett is your PGA professional
Yes, he
and
is.
instructor, one of the best on the planet. Can you give us a little insight as to what you're working on currently with him?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it we've actually been working on for a long time, but at the top of my backswing, just getting the elbow down and always working on the golf swing, always working on putting. I mean, we've worked a lot on wedges to start the year because I feel that's somewhere that you can make up a lot of shots, and when your wedges are good, it makes your life a lot easier. So we're always working on stuff. You know, Joe's always sending me texts and videos and all that kind of stuff.
The commercial's almost pretty accurate.
Yes, the commercial's very accurate, actually. I called him one time. I'm like, "Where are you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm at baggage claim in Las Vegas." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he had some guy hold his phone, and he recorded a video for me from baggage claim. so the commercial is very accurate, actually.
Gotta love those PGA professionals.
Yep.
Well, Stacy and Brooke, you both have something in common. You're both very patriotic. You both competed in the Olympic Games. Stacy, you just missed a medal, tying for 4th. Brooke played well and tied for 7th, right?
Yep.
Stacy, were the Olympics everything you expected it to be, or did it blow your mind even more than you thought it was going to?
It was beyond what I thought it would be. I mean, there were so many uncertainties going into the week that you didn't really know what to expect going there, but it was one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. I think I slept about 5 hours every night just because as soon as we got done playing golf, we went back and headed off to go watch other events, and they didn't finish till 11 o'clock or midnight. But I mean, I tried to do as much as I could just to take in the experience and be a part of it. And we stayed for closing ceremonies and walked with all the athletes. So it was unreal just to be around the other athletes and to think that a lot of those athletes, that's it for them. They don't get 4 or 5 major championships a year. You know, that's it, once every 4 years. And so it really kind of puts in perspective what you get to do.
Brooke, how about you and your Olympic experience? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's amazing how it brings every country together, and then it brings the whole world together. And, walking amongst the other amazing athletes, we walked by Simone Biles, and we didn't get to see some
Was
of the
Simone taller than you?
No. No, I was like the only person I was taller than. But, just having that kind of interaction with these amazing, amazing athletes was extremely cool. And, growing up, I always dreamed of playing in the Olympics, but I had no idea how I was going to get there. And so, it kind of just, fell into my hands, kind of. I worked really hard to become the #1 golfer in Canada. And then, when the games came back to golf, that was a big goal of mine to make sure I was there in Rio. And so, to be a part of it was amazing, and I'm really looking forward to doing it again in, I guess, 3 years from now.
Good deal. Stacy, do you travel to Canada a lot? Do you know a lot about the country?
I go about once or twice a year, so
All right, that's
I know
good.
a little bit.
All right. Brooke, do you know a lot about American history or American pop culture by any chance?
Not a ton, but I spend a lot of time here.
All right. Well, Mike Wan drives down our throats, and anybody else who will listen to him, that as LPGA ambassadors, you need to understand the countries that you're visiting and know the competitors you're going to be competing against. So we'd like to give you a little test, if you don't mind, to see what you know about the countries that you're representing right here today, if you don't mind.
Okay.
No help from the audience, please. We will let you know if they need a lifeline for this. Stacy, you first. The first question is, which one of these images is the Canadian flag? A, B, C, or D?
Wow. We're going to go D.
D? And the answer is D. Correct. Who's keeping score back there? Somebody keeping score. Second question, Brooke. Which one of these is the United States of America flag? A, B, C, or D?
B.
B, and the answer is? Very good. Third question, Stacy. Can you fill in the blanks to the beginning of the Canadian national anthem?
Ooh. A know there's a lot of O Canadas. I was at a Houston Dynamo soccer game last week, and Vancouver played, so they did this, and I think it's native land. Is it native land?
Yeah, you're right.
Very
They
good.
did the national
Very good. Next question. Brooke, can you fill in the blanks to the national anthem?
Oh, no, sorry. I do know some parts, but I don't know that.
All right, I'm going to see, does that sound familiar? Right, Dawn's Really Light? Makes sense, feels good.
That was a hard part of it.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be that part I knew.
Next question, Stacy. Can you name more than 2 provinces or territories in Canada?
Ontario? Is that one of them?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Gosh, I probably know the cities more than I know the territories. I don't know, honestly.
Let's see if you're halfway right.
Quebec. There you go.
Good.
I had a lot to choose from, but.
Okay. All right, extra credit since you didn't get that fully right. Look in my
Yeah.
eyes right now and spell Saskatchewan.
No chance. Have her do that. Can you do that?
I don't even know.
Next question, Brooke. How many states make up the United States of America?
These are hard questions.
All right.
I want to say 49 or 50.
All right, ding, 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 and the answer is 50. You win at 50. Very good. Next question, Stacy. They get harder now. What is Canada's national animal?
It's a beaver, actually.
And the answer is,
Yeah. You'd think it would be the moose.
75% of the people at PGA of America headquarters thought it was the moose.
I know,
Yeah,
but it's the beaver.
Yeah. Next question, Brooke. What is America's national animal?
Please pick the giraffe.
Eagle. Very good. It is. The answer is the bald eagle. Very good. All right. Next question, Stacy. Which one of these celebrities is not Canadian?
That'd be Bill Murray.
And the answer is very good. Very good. Brooke, which one of these celebrities is not American?
Drake.
Man, that was
was quick.
fast. That was really, really fast. Okay, clearly, we're all up here to learn more about you as much as we possibly can. And the best way to learn about you is by dissecting your Twitter accounts. By all intents and purposes, it looks like you have well over 50,000 followers, right? So let's go ahead and see, let's start with Stacy first. So, okay, you're politically correct because you follow Mike Wan, the commissioner.
Kinda
Okay, we
have
see
to,
that, right?
Yeah.
Who is Patrick Davis and Will Hogue?
They're singer-songwriters, like Texas country music. But they're both guys that I've met and pretty talented too. So.
Now, the perplexing thing is, where'd you go to school?
Arkansas.
You went to Arkansas, but I see clearly you're following Alabama quarterback A.J. McCarron.
Yeah.
All right, give us some history there. What's going on?
So we were playing in Mobile a few years ago, and we went to the minor league team's baseball game, actually threw out a first pitch there, and he was there with his brother and girlfriend, and our girlfriend at the time, but we just kind of chatted and hung out during the game, and so started following him on Twitter.
Okay. You don't get any heat from any of your Arkansas fans, do you?
No, it's all good.
It's all right? All right.
It's SEC. Everybody sticks together.
Okay,
We're good.
good deal. Brooke, you're next. Do you have to follow, does everybody that plays the LPGA have to follow Mike Wan? All right, Brooke, like I said, you're 19, but you're following 92-year-old Betty White. Explain that. That's.
I love the show Golden Girls. And so I think that Betty White is extremely funny.
Golden Girls, that's an old show, right?
It's an old show, and it's about 4 old women.
Okay. maybe Canada gets our shows a lot later than we actually wind up putting them on is maybe what's happening here. I don't know. Are you an Ultimate Fighting fan, Ronda Rousey?
I think she's really cool. I don't watch a lot of, fighting, but I think she's like really tough, and sometimes she comes out with some good tweets.
Who's going to win the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight if it happens?
Oh, I have no idea.
No. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. Before we go to Q&A, I think it's important that we leave the audience for maybe a good swing thought before they play in the media golf outing this afternoon, or if they're not this afternoon, later on down the road. So, Brooke, what's one swing thought that you have when you play golf before you hit a golf ball?
I think the most important thing, like I said, I'm not very technical, so the thing that I think about last, and I think maybe the most important thing, is you're just like having your target kind of memorized in your mind. So like either it's the flag, or it's the tree behind, or it's a spectator. Just always going through your target and the number that you want to hit, and that's kind of what I repeat to myself right before I hit the shot.
Really cool. Stacy.
I would tell people that less is more. We do it too. We try too hard and overswing shots and try to hit it too hard. And usually the shorter and smoother your swing is, the better off you are. So less is more.
Beautiful. What are you doing later on the night? I hear you have quite the evening lined up.
Yes, I have a first pitch tonight with the World Series champions Chicago Cubs.
Very good. You know how I knew that? I was having breakfast this morning with Mike Wan, and he just had sweat beads coming down his face. He went to the bathroom a couple of times to excuse himself. He had some problems going on.
Yeah.
I said, Mike, what's the deal? Are you okay? And he goes, Julius, I got one of my biggest stars on the LPGA throwing out the first pitch in front of 40,000 people, and I just don't want her to embarrass our tour. I said, don't worry. You know what? We're going to help you out, Mike. We're going to help you out. We're going to show Stacy what she shouldn't do tonight. All right, so the really cool thing now is that we are not going to let you go to the stadium tonight without practicing.
Okay.
And we're going to have you practice right now, if you don't mind. So
Yeah.
please step down the stairs over there
All right.
and get in position. We're going to have somebody give you the ball. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Chicagoland, the catcher from Daytona Beach, Commissioner Mike Wan. So, Stacy, the mound is over here.
I know, I gotta get the ball here. Oh, I got my glove too. You need the glove?
No.
I think
He needs a glove.
there you go. I'm not sure. This was a Pop Warner.
I don't have to worry about light fixtures later tonight. At
Yeah,
least.
I don't know. If the GM from Olympia Fields is here, how expensive are the chandeliers?
I think more just people on this first row.
All right, get behind the plate. Get behind the plate. Behind the plate.
You ready? All right. Yeah.
Now, Mike, we have a wireless mic. I think Mike has to say something here. We're the.
Don't be too good. Theo Epstein is a pretty good judge of talent.
Okay.
And I can't lose you, so practice a couple of times, but don't show him.
Well done, by the way.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the program where we can ask questions. If you do have a question, please raise your hand high. We'll get you a wireless mic. Let us know who you are and where you're from, please. Over here.
Tim Cronin from Illinois Golfer. Brooke, so many people say when someone wins a major or something very big for the first time, it changes their life. Here you are, winning at 18, now 19, not much life to have experienced yet. Has this changed your life these last 12 months?
Definitely there's a lot more demands. I learned a lot about time management last year, media, fans, sponsors, and, making sure you make time for yourself, for practice and for rest. It really made me mature a lot and take a lot of responsibility, which, is a really good thing. And, I think winning a major championship, is just one goal in my long list of high goals. And, hopefully I can go and defend this year and, add a couple more check marks to my list.
Thanks, Tim. Questions? In the back over here.
Good morning, Jim Opp, past president of the Illinois PGA, and I just wanted to say welcome. We look forward to having you for the next couple of years, and best of luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Chicagoland media, you hate these 8 o'clock in the morning news conferences, don't you? Okay, questions once? Questions twice? One more hand then, ladies and gentlemen, for Brooke and Stacy. Okay. So while Brooke and Stacy exit the stage, to put a beautiful bow on the rest of this morning, please welcome from the southwest side of Chicago, Championship Director Matt Larson, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Julius. As we've discussed today, the KPMG Women's PGA Championship is much more than a major. So I have a few notes with me today to try and tell you a little bit more about the championship week, and some information about today as well. So championship week will begin on Tuesday, June 27th, with 2 pro-ams that will feature some of the best players in the world, as well as a few great celebrities. As highlighted earlier, the KPMG Women's Leadership Summit will be the focus on Wednesday, June 28th, along with practice rounds. Championship stroke play begins on Thursday, June 29th, with 156 of the top players from around the globe taking on the challenge of Olympia Fields Country Club. Family Day, which features a demonstration and a clinic put on by a few LPGA Tour stars, will highlight our day on Friday, June 30th. Following a cut after the second round, play on Saturday, July 1st, will feature the low 70 scores and ties as contenders battle for position going into the final round. A tremendous champion will reap many rewards, among them the opportunity to host and hoist this beautiful trophy right here at the conclusion of the championship on Sunday, July 2nd. The first and second rounds will be highlighted on Golf Channel, with the final 2 rounds being shown on NBC. For those that would hope to attend the championship in person, tickets are still available at kpmgwomenspga.com. We have practice round tickets that start at $15, while the final 2 rounds can be seen in person for $30. We have a $100 weekly ticket package, which is available, as well as a $150 exclusive space called the 1915 Club, so some great ticket options. So once you purchase your tickets and would like to attend, we got to figure out how to get you here to Olympia Fields. Fortunately, we have some tremendous options for you. We have a unique experience in the fact that the Metro Electric District line comes here to the main entrance at Olympia Field Country Club. So it provides easy access for everybody to attend. We also have complimentary parking, and that will be located at 1020 Dixie Highway in Chicago Heights. A complimentary shuttle will begin at 6:30 a.m. each morning, and we'll take everybody to the club. Media interested in attending the championship can apply for credentials at pga.org/credentials. The application process opened on April 26th and will remain open until June 12th. If you have any questions from a media side, please find one of our team members, and we're happy to help. The PGA of America, along with our great partners, KPMG and LPGA, are thrilled to be bringing major championship golf back to Chicago. With the support of over 1,200 volunteers, Olympia Fields Country Club, and many different supporters from across Chicagoland, the KPMG Women's PGA Championship is going to be more than major, and we certainly hope that you can be a part of it. For those interested in brief interviews following the Media Day press conference here, Paul Levy, Lynn Dowdy, Stacy Lewis, Executive Chairman Brian Morrison, as well as myself will be available shortly for interviews. If you plan on playing golf today, I ask that you head to the west end of the clubhouse to find your clubs, the practice putting green, and the short game area. From there, we'll tee off at 10 a.m. With a shotgun start, and we'll have lunch provided on your carts. So, from there, thank you very, very much for being here today. We are looking forward to an amazing championship, and we look forward to seeing everybody in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.